fans, I'm back. It's the Vegas Baby Show number 6. Can you believe it? It's already 6 shows. I hope people are watching. The number does seem to be going down, so I don't know how this is going to work, but I'm going to keep doing it. I was hoping that people would spread the word. I've got some friends out there in Illinois and family out there, and all over the country, and I would greatly appreciate your support. Shit, just turn on the video, go do your cleaning, and then it'll be a view. I'd love for you to subscribe to it. It would even be better, but whatever. If you don't want to support me, fine. I'm just messing with you. All right, so today is February 10th. So, the new thing, I like to go over what happened important on this date. There's always something important. Elvis! I am so sorry. That cat cannot stand that I've got the microphone and he doesn't. So listen to him in the other room. Knock it off! It's really weird. I have a shower curtain in my second bathroom. Upstairs, I have 3 bathrooms, the master, and then I have the second bathroom for guests. And there was no glass on the door like in mine, so I had to put a shower curtain up. He just sits in there and meows at it. I swear to God, that's probably what he's doing right now. It is so weird. I don't know what it is about that shower curtain, but he just sits there and meows. Anyways, I'm sorry. Excuse me. It's my allergies. That's the bad thing about Vegas. Allergies are horrible here. So, what happened today? The only really thing that stood out to me, because I like mafia stuff. Gangsters, mafia, I am down. I love it all. And we actually have a really cool museum here, the Mob Museum. It's really cool, and it's got a lot of cool stuff in it. And then downstairs, it's even got like a speakeasy in it. So it's a lot of fun. If you come to Vegas, you should check it out. My son took me there when I first got here, and I loved it. I mean, I knew most of the stuff in it because I am such a geek when it comes to that. But cool, really cool place. So, on this date I forgot the year. Oh, shoot. Dang it, I forgot to put the year down. I think it was in the 70s, but it was the biggest mob trial ever to go to court. And it was 474 plaintiff, or whatever, not plaintiffs, is that the right word? I don't know. But people that they were going after. It's the largest mafia trial ever, and it was in Italy. And that happened on this date. Would have been nice if I knew the year. Sorry about that. See, how good am I? Not really very good. Um, Birthdays are Laura Dern, who won an Oscar last night, right on, for Marriage Story. Marriage Story is a really, really good movie. A little depressing, I thought, but really, really good. It's a good watch. And then Robert Wagner. Everybody knows Robert Wagner from Heart to Heart. He was married to Natalie Wood. He pushed Natalie Wood off her boat. She drowned on Catalina Island while, that creepy actor, Christopher Walken. It was Christopher Walken, Robert Wagner, and Natalie Wood. They were on Catalina Island on their yacht, and that's when she died. She fell overboard. And the thing about it is, she was definitely afraid of water, so I'm pretty sure it wasn't her idea. So that's all I'm saying. Hey, Robert, have you ever heard of O.J. Simpson? Just kidding. And the deaths today. Famous deaths: Shirley Temple. She died on this date. Alex Haley. He did Roots. And Roy Schneider. He did Jaws. Dun, 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 dun. And he was also in Chinatown, I believe, with Jack Nicholson, which is a really good movie too. So those are the important things. So I do have a story. It's kind of a tag on the Judy Garland when I was doing it on Friday, getting ready for the Oscars. Well, Renee Zellweger won Right on. Best actress. She really did it to watch it. Deserve it. I'm telling you, the woman was Judy Garland. It was. I'm just. And she did a great speech, and she kind of shouted out to Judy. She got it. I think she learned a lot about Judy Garland and realized that it was a sad life. It really was. It really was. So it got to me to thinking after I got off the show with you guys on Friday about Judy Garland, and I always wondered if Judy Garland and Elvis had ever met. Well, pretty good story. They Judy Garland had a show in 63, 64 TV show, and she really wanted Elvis on, and his manager said no, he's not appearing on your show. So they never met then. But in 1968, apparently, which I did not know, Elvis was doing some variety shows on TV. They were called his Comeback. And he asked Judy Garland to come on and do a song with them. She did. She came into the studio, they recorded it and everything. And then when his manager found out, he was pissed and he said, I don't want guests on your show. Your show is Elvis and nobody else. He destroyed the video. What a fucker. But there was found many years later the music track for the song, and there's still pictures. So if you go online, I'm sure you can find it on YouTube. It's Elvis and Judy from 1968, and they sang "You Will Never Walk Alone," which I find very interesting because both of them were sad people in a way. I mean, Elvis had everything he wanted, right? But it was too much for him. So, and Judy, well, we're not going down that road again, was just so sad. And for them, those two to sing that song, I think it's kind of, I don't know, yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, that works. So I looked it up and I listened to it, and they sang "You'll Never Walk Alone." And that's why it's a pretty good song for them. It's a really good video. I really liked it. So, but it never appeared on the show, and the actual video was destroyed. I mean, really, I think that was the Colonel who was his manager. What an asshole. You know what I mean? But I recommend looking it up. So that was the only time they met. And Judy sounded fantastic. And 1 year later, this was June 68, June 69, she died. So, I mean, she was 46 when she did this show and we did the video, and then she died at 47. So, that's my little tidbit. So, then I was thinking, what story should I tell today? I've got so many stories, and I've been toying around. I'm not really going to start telling our story, Bill's and mine, the story of the sickness. Now, remember, Bill and I were married 28 years to my best friend in the whole dang world. I still miss him tremendously to today. You cope with it, you learn how to live with it, but it never ever goes away if you really cared about the person. And so our anniversary is at the end of the month. We would have been married 39 years. So that's when I think I'm going to officially start telling the story of Bill getting that ugly disease and our 17-year journey. And it was quite a journey. But today I thought I'd start with a funny story when we got married. When we decided to get married, and our wedding day and our honeymoon. It's funny. So it's pretty fast. So anyways, Bill and I, back in it was 80, we weren't engaged very long. So we got engaged in 1980. We were married in 1981. And seriously, we got engaged at a bowling alley. I kid you not. See, it's not like nowadays where people have to have a big to do to get married. They can't just say, "Will you marry me?" I don't get it, but whatever. It's cool. And our generation wasn't very into stuff like that. And we after we bowled and we were having some cocktails, just him and I, and he had asked me many times before, and I was like, no. And this particular day, we started talking about it, and he asked me, and I said, okay, let's get married. And he was like, what? And I said, yes. So that was it. We got engaged in a bowling alley. We decided to get married on February 28th. And then we were like, oh maybe that's a leap year. We'll get married on the 29th, but it was not. So, but that's okay. So, February 28th, we got married. So, I remember when I went home to tell my parents. And I'm pretty sure, first of all, I know for sure they were shocked that somebody actually wanted to marry their daughter, and they were thrilled. They were probably like, oh my God. And, because again, the face is just not really that good looking, okay? Good heart. Mm. And I told them, and I said, we're getting married February 28th. My mom freaked out. February 28th? Are you crazy? And I said, what's wrong with February 28th? And she's like, it could snow. We lived in Illinois. It could snow. It could be below zero. It could be, you cannot get married on February 28th. And I'm like, well, that's when we're getting married. And Bill and I didn't live together. Out of respect to my parents, I did not live with Bill. We wanted to move in together. That was really our goal. But I was their first, well, they had two daughters, two sons, two daughters. And the boys had already done that. And I knew that my parents were old fashioned when it came to that. So, I said to Bill, I just don't feel comfortable doing it. I know it sounds absolutely stupid, but that's just how I felt. It was out of respect for them. So we said, let's just get married. So we didn't want to wait. You know what I mean? And we want to get that honeymoon started. Bang, boom, boom, boom. Um, so my mother's like, well, and I said, this is when we're getting married. Okay, that's it. So then she went into action. I mean, I seriously did not have to do a thing. I mean, seriously. That woman did everything. The only thing I had to do was try on about 100 wedding dresses. And being 5'1" and a half, I had to stand on a ladder every single time I get on one of those dresses because they're big. It was torture. It was just torture. But when the dress that I got married in, I put on, because I'm not a girly girl. I'm just not. I'm not a girly girl. I can't help it. I knew it was the one, so we bought it. Okay, fast forward February 28th, our wedding day. It was not snowing. It was not below zero. It was cloudy, but it was 50 degrees. So that was a good thing. Now, if I knew now what I knew back then, I might have said to myself, "Ooh, that could be not a good thing. Why is it 50 degrees in February?" So that's kind of a red flag. Like maybe this could be the best that's going to happen to you for a while. No, kidding. So, anyways, we got married, and then everybody went off to the reception, and we finished our pictures, and there was just the bridal party, and then they started leaving, and then we had a car. My father-in-law let us drive his nice car. So the best man and the maid of honor and me and Bill were in it to go to the reception. Well, we're standing. We come out. We're by the church doors, and I'm looking at the best man, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "We have a problem." I said, "What do you mean we have a problem?" He goes, "I don't have the car keys to that car." What? Now remember, 1981, no cell phones, no computers, no laptops. So we're like, shit. So I'm like, well, so we got the minister, and he's like, what's wrong? He goes, well, come into the office. You can call the reception place and tell somebody, which was in Des Plaines, and we were in Prospect Heights, which wasn't, it was probably, could have been 25-minute drive. I was just like, are you kidding me? So here's the four of us stuck at the church while they're all partying with, by the way, a champagne fountain, which we never got to see because by the time we got there, it was off. Yeah, my wedding didn't get one sip of that champagne fountain. Hope you all enjoyed it who were there. Well, all of a sudden a car comes pulling up, and it's one of his brothers, and he said, are you looking for these? And we're like, yeah. Well, apparently Bill had given the keys to his friend, who was kind of a dope at the time. We never saw the man ever again after that wedding. And he put him in his pocket, completely spaced it out. And then he was talking to somebody, and he said, ooh, I don't know who these are. And they realized, and they zoomed back and got us. So we got to the reception. All went well, great reception, except for we missed the champagne fountain. Honeymoon. Okay. Now, a few red flags right there tells you. One red flag, no keys. Oh, okay, maybe not that big deal. Honeymoon. And we had called and confirmed 4 days before we went there that we had our hotel. No problem. And we didn't get one on the beach, but it was across the street. And they said that it was real close, because it was a lot cheaper. So we got that one. So we get there. And the person's like, oh, we don't have a room for you. What? Blah, 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 blah. And I come out and I said, oh no, Bill comes out and says they don't have a room. And I'm like, what the hell? They don't have a room. Get back in there and tell them. Well, Bill's a little meek and mild and I'll do it. So I go in and I'm like, what the hell? You don't have a room? And they're like, no, we're overbooked. Now we can put you in a hotel down the street for the night, and then we could try to get you in a hotel here, here, here. And I come back out. Now we're 22 years old. We're young. Never really done this on our own before, and we're standing there looking at each other like, fuck. I was pissed. I was like, blah, 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 blah. You can imagine I was swearing. And this couple comes up to us, this older couple, and said, did they just tell you don't have a room even though you did? We're like, yeah. And they're like, they did to us too. And they put us in a really shitty, crappy Holiday Inn down the street. That's the only place you're going to get into tonight. So you might as well just take it. And we're like, okay. But he's like, see the hotel over there? And I said, yeah. He said, the one on the beach, we can get you in there. And I'm like, really? He goes, yeah. He goes, here's the number. Here's a lady. Call her. They'll get you in there, especially with you being on your honeymoon. So we did, and we got into this. Actually, we ended up being on the beach, and they gave us a deal. But anyways, so we go to the other hotel to spend the night, and these people that we run into wanted to party with us. And we're like, yeah, and they were like, you could tell they were drinkers. We're like, no, we've been traveling all day. We just want to go eat dinner and go to bed. We go downstairs. Oh, my God, the food was hot. The salad was stale. Now, have you ever had stale salad? I hadn't. First and last time I ever had stale salad. It can happen, okay? So we're like, oh my God. So the next day we get to the new hotel and we're like, it's a nice hotel right on the beach. We walk around the pool. There's nobody there. We're like, what the heck? Then all of a sudden at lunchtime, we look out and there's a ton of guests. They're eating. Some are around the pool. Some are eating. Bill and I had to be the youngest people there by 40 years. Everybody was in their 60s and up. It was hilarious. But we had the pool and the beach to ourselves, so it worked out okay. Bill, of course, first of many, many times, I found out that man needs to be lathered up with a lot of sun lotion because he had red freckles and he had red hair, and I learned that day, he's sunburned. So there was 2 times I told you earlier that I saw Bill throw up. When he got on the bull, and then this next story. So he was looking around for ideas for us to do, and he's like, hey, there's supposed to be this romantic, we were in Daytona Beach, and he's like, there's this romantic cruise that they do in Miami, and they go up and down, and they at night, and they you eat and you have drinks, and you just sit and you go by. It's all by the rich homes that live on the ocean in Miami. And I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, come on. I'm like, all right. So we get there, and I'm looking around, and I look at the boat, and I said, he comes out, he gets the tickets, he comes out, and I said, is that the boat we're going on? He goes, yeah. And it looked like the frickin' minnow from Gilligan's Island. I am not lying. I said, I'm not going on that boat. It's the minnow. What's going to happen? He's like, come on, come on. So we get on the boat. We're doing the cruise. First of all, it was frickin' freezing that night. And of course, we'd been out in the sun, so we were already chilly because we were a little sunburned. And we were freezing. And again, the youngest people by 40 years. So, and back when I was 22, I wasn't nearly as outgoing as I am now. I just wasn't. So we're like, oh, okay. And so Bill, the whole time on this trip, is trying to make, oh, honey, look at that house. Oh, look at that. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Get me another drink. That's pretty much how it went. And I said, and if we get back without this thing sinking, hallelujah. Well, and they served weird food. Bill had quiche, and I'm like, I'm not eating that. So I can't remember what I ate, but it didn't matter. He ate it, because he would eat anything. We get back to the room that night, and of course, I've been bitching the whole way home. Oh my God, we should have gotten our money back, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, this is going to be a long marriage. So all of a sudden, he's like, I don't feel good. He threw up the whole night. Okay, so that was the first time in our marriage I saw him get sick, throw up. Second time was right in the bowl. It was pretty funny. But then the next night, now Bill's sunburned, so we weren't really in the sun that day that much. Then we almost got killed. We were in Red Flag. Okay, Red Flag Hotel, Red Flag the Minnow, another red flag. We get into this taxi and we're like, could you take us to this restaurant? Sure. Oh my God! Did you? There was a movie with Chevy Chase and Goldie Hawn, where they one of them was driving the taxi cab and they had passengers in the back. They were tourists, and they were driving so fast they were flying all over the place like this, and that's what it was like. The guy was insane, and he went past the restaurant, and I go, "Hey, isn't that our restaurant?" Oh, don't worry about it. I'm like, "Oh yeah, you're charging us more. Get back and get to the restaurant." He went through a couple red lights. It was scary as shit. I'm like, oh my. So we finally get there. I'm like, I need a cocktail, man. I need several cocktails. Got him. We had a nice dinner. Called a cab. We were laughing about what a douche crazy that guy is. Are you kidding me? He pulls up, same cab. On Bill's grave. I'm like, oh my God. And I said to listen, you drove a little crazy coming here. Could you kind of pump the brakes a little bit and get us back to our hotel in one piece? We just got married, and we've only been married like 4 days. So we'd really kind of like to see our future. And he takes off. Oh my God, we were hanging on to each other. We started to laugh because it did start to become funny. We made it back. Another red flag. Honeymoon's over, had a great time. We go to the airport to go home. Our flight had been canceled. What? Weren't you contacted? Again, no cell phones, no laptops, so no emails. I'm like, no. We're like, oh yeah, that was canceled weeks ago. What? So we're just like, shit. And the lady goes, well, there's a flight taking off in 20 minutes. If you get to the gate, I'll call down there, but you got to get to the gate before they shut the doors. But I'll tell them you're coming. But it's at the other side of the airport, so you're really going to have to run. Oh my God. We were running and running. And of course, 22, so we had a little more giddy up to that. And we had exercised a lot on the honeymoon. But But they were just about to close the doors, and we made it. Another red flag. So, you know, these red flags, I was thinking to myself, okay, well, I didn't think about it at that time. So many, 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 many years ago, I realized, how did I miss all 5 of those red flags? I should have run for the hills. I would have been like, I can't marry you. No. No. Red flags, too many. But guess what? I stayed, and we had a lot of fun. We really did. We had a lot of fun, a lot of love, a lot of tough times, and a lot of sadness. There was no doubt, but we had it all. So I guess this could be said as our life was not boring by any means. Wait. One more. Oh, yeah, this is the big one, too. I forgot. So when my parents had Bill's mother and dad over to meet, well, they had already met, but she wanted to have them over for a nice dinner right before the wedding. So they came over. And after they left, my mom says to me, your mother-in-law has my dress. And I said, what do you mean she has your dress? And she said, the dress I bought for your wedding. And remember, I'm the first daughter, so my mother was super excited. I said, yeah. She goes, it's my dress. I said, I find that hard to believe, Mom. From a description, I'm telling you it's my dress. I'm like, all right, whatever. My mom was pissed. She's like, maybe I should go out and buy another one. And my dad's like, no, you don't have enough time. It's in a couple weeks. So we get to the wedding, we get to the church. I'm getting ready. Of course, my mother had yelled at me 500 times that day. She would never, once I put my wedding dress on, I was not allowed to sit down. I could sit down again until the wedding was over. Seriously, she would not let me sit down. And and I was standing for a long time because the photographers came to the house and the set. Oh yeah, no, I had to stand. I was leaning up against the wall a lot. She comes into the room while I'm waiting to get married and says, "I told you." And I said, "You told me what?" She goes, "Your mother-in-law to be has my dress on in a different color." Yep. What are the chances of that? Two women, same dress, different color. People thought it was planned, so they thought it was cute. So when people said something to my mom, she had to buck it up and go, "Hey, thanks." She was pissed. And not at Marilyn by any means. She loved Marilyn, but it was her first daughter marriage. She was just, and then the woman shows up with the same dress, different color. Another red flag. So, I don't know. Do you pay attention to red flags? I didn't back then. But me and my girlfriends one time, we were talking about this and we started laughing about it. And they're like, "How did you not run away and say, forget?" Because you know why? Because I knew it was going to be a fun, fun trip. So I told you some good stories, I think, today. And now I want to sing a Beatles song to you. It's for you guys. And I'm hoping that it will bring a smile to your face and know that I love you for supporting me, even though the show's probably not that good. But I love doing it. Even my son said, "You look like you're having fun." I am having fun. I could go on for hours, but I'm not allowed to do that. So I can only talk so long. So I really hope that you pass this along so other people will listen. And I hope all my nieces and nephews are watching this because come on now. How many soccer games, dance recitals, plays did I come see? Just saying. So come on now. Let's go. So this is my Beatles song to you, my audience. I just wanted to give you a song today. Okay? Love, love me do. You know I love you. I'll always be true to you. So please love me do. Love, love me do. You know I love you. I'll always be true. So please watch my show. Someone to love, somebody new. Someone to love, someone like you. Love, love me do. You know I love you. I'll always be true to you, my audience. Somebody new, someone to love, someone like you. And I'll make you laugh with a song and a story today. Love, love me do. I know I love you. So always be true to the Vegas baby show. Love, love me do. I'll always be true. And please turn on YouTube. The Vegas Baby Show. That was kind of weird, wasn't it? Uh-oh, he's back. I was wondering where he was. I hadn't seen the tail for a while. What's going on, buddy? Do you want to actually say hi to the audience? Here he is. Here's the scene stealer who puts his tail. Say hi, Elvis. I love my Elvis. He's such a good boy. But so to end the show, like I always do, um, I hope I made you smile. I hope I made you laugh. And I hope that you today will spread that happiness and smile. And please, if you can help somebody out, do it. If you see somebody struggling, anything, even if they don't really know, it look like they need help them. Because I want to tell you, there's nothing better. People need people. Because they're the luckiest people in the world. You know I'll be singing that song later. But seriously, please be happy, love your neighbor, and help somebody else out today. And remember, spread the word. The Vegas Baby Show. Keep on rocking and rolling, my loves.